Take it away, David!
What?
What?
It didn't even register on my headphones. I just saw you freak out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so over. Anyways, well, here we are again, another episode of Kiwi Burgers, guys. And let me tell you something. Do you know what game I've been playing lately?
What?
Mountain Blade Warband. You guys have played that?
Of course we've played it. Well,
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of things about it, but I haven't played it myself.
okay. Well, I've
Yeah.
I
It's
know
just-
one thing. One thing, and that it is almost time for another butter feast.
Yep, I was Butterfeast.
That's one of the things it's known for. King Harness hosting his feast. But yeah, no, I've just because I've been reading a lot of Warhammer comics lately. I decided to install the Warhammer Fantasy mod for it, and I played a little bit of the basic game, and I was just like, yeah, this game still holds up, even though it's like when did it come out? It came out in
Like 2004 or something. It's ancient.
2010.
Oh.
Oh, that might be on when it came onto Steam.
It's still really old.
Yeah, it's an old game.
Because
Let me just
Mountain Blade original is older and was made by two people. I think it was a man and his wife.
2000. It came out in 2010, and then Bannerlord came out in like what 2020.
No.
Give it-
It came out in like 2017,
Bannerlord.
2018. Yeah, I think it came out 2018.
No, it came out in
2022.
2022.
No, it did not come out 2022.
No, it wasn't 2022. I was playing it before then. It was like 2021 it came out, but then like, oh no, early access release date was 2020.
Okay, that makes more sense.
There you go.
Fully came out, and
Yeah.
I've played Bannerlord. Good game. But
I don't like it as much as Bannerlord.
Yeah, no, I
as,
don't. Yeah, Warband was just
Warband.
so much better. Like the fact that Bannerlord doesn't have the camping mechanic is just so cringe to me. There's just some other stuff it's missing, like the cheats, because I won't lie, I do the cheats every now and again.
I like,
I'm a-
the cheats, and I like the crafting a lot.
Yeah.
I like the crafting in Bannerlord, but it's not as, like, if it's a trade-off, I'm going for Warband.
Yeah, Warband's just got, there's a lot more stuff you can do if you like. There's so many good mods as well, like Diplovext, Purisno, the Prophecy of Pendor, the Lord of the Rings mod, Warsword Conquest, the Star Wars mod,
I love
fucking
the
Viking
Warhammer.
Conquest, Napoleon Wars.
Jesus Christ.
So many fucking mods that are just really good.
Well, the
And
Napoleon mod
it keeps
is
the game alive.
DLC, actually.
Well, yeah, actually, just shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, but no, it's yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been playing a lot of recently, and I'm looking forward to a bit more. How many hours do I have on the game still? 458 hours. So there'll probably be more 400 hours to come.
Hold on.
And-
You only have 400?
I took a bit of a hiatus. I won't lie. I only just got back into it.
Never
I'm
mind.
like-
I'm not too far behind. I'm 312. I could have swore it was my entire
Oh,
childhood.
you were out here trying to flex on me, and you have the less hours. Get
No,
the fuck out of
I-
here.
I-
This is
I
my
could admit- I
podcast
could
now.
admit-
This is my podcast.
Hey now. Do I
You're
need
an
to bring
all-star.
my Elder Scrolls Online time played here?
We're
Do I
not
need to
gonna-
bring that?
Way to call. Okay, this could either be a flex or a fucking downfall, depending on if you like ESO.
Jacob,
Oh.
stop messaging me.
This is just on Steam because I used to play it on Xbox.
Pleb.
1,210 and a half hours.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
And-
I'm pretty close
Just
to my CSGO hours.
Let's look at
How
your
many
CS:GO
hours do I
hours.
have on... How do you see hours? Games. I think that's where you see it.
What are your hours on CS:GO? Because I see you play that like every night, Jacob.
I have 1,300 hours on the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, the base Skyrim.
Oh my god.
I have
Yeah.
1,155.3 hours in CS.
I don't have a single 1,000-hour game.
So it looks like I'm the one who has spent the most time on a single game. I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll take it, but let's talk about
now,
someone
how-
who has spent way too much time on the internet. And that's over to you, Logan. Let's go to the meat of the
Oh
episode.
yes, my turn, baby. We're talking about Boogie today. Let me tell you one thing about the
Boogie.
Boogster.
Who is Boogie? Let's go with that. Let's start off with that. Just
me-
for those who may not know.
I actually have to pull up the video again. So Boogie2988. Everybody is raving about his new documentary that just came out. Well, it's about him by a
More like laughing at
man.
it.
Huh?
More like laughing at it.
Oh well, in a way, it kind of redeems itself in the end a little bit.
Yeah.
But
oh,
the
no, it's a good documentary.
No, it's a great document. It's a great documentary. The documentarian is Mike Klum. He said this is his first documentary.
Yeah, and it's a good documentary for someone who's just started. Like
Now,
the editing is great. The I guess the storylining of it is also good, and the people attending it. Like there's a psychologist YouTuber on it. I've watched a few of his videos, and I'm pretty sure he's bullshit most of the time. But he had a pretty good idea about things.
They have a pretty good rational idea about Boogie because he brings in a bunch of experts that talk about like what happened. Is it recoverable? Is he going to be okay? And most of the answers were he went from being happy-go-lucky and, optimistic to self-defeating, pessimistic, self-destructive, and then just kind of basically a terrible person.
Yeah.
And
it also shows the ringers for his boxing match with Rings of Redemption.
It does. I'm really sad that Boogie didn't win that fight. I'm so sad.
I know. I was with Rings of Redemption. I was on Rings' side. I supported Rings. I was so happy to see him win. If you guys remember, I actually talked about that fight a few episodes ago. So that's a throwback.
Give us a refresher. What did you think of that fight?
Oh, I thought it. Well, for one thing, Boogie did not throw a single punch. It was only 2 rounds. Because of the ruling, it was a minute-long round. Each round was a minute. Geordie, Wings of Redemption, threw 100% of the punches thrown. Boogie was just like taking all the hits. I don't think he had any offense whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he never landed a single punch.
He did not, and then his pants started falling down like at the end of the first round, which was another thing. So yeah, he got his ass beat, and it was fucking funny. Unfortunately, I was hoping it would be Rings of Redemption's redemption arc, but unfortunately he's fallen back into his old ways, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not for the best, but still at the time, it was cool to watch, and the fact that Rings was like singing his entrance music as he came out, that was also a fucking banger. So yeah.
I loved the creator clash. I loved how hype it was when it was first kind of getting established. I didn't expect Aaron Hansen to fight. That shit was whack to me. And then I watched his fight, and I was like, dude, Aaron had no chance, but he took those punches like a champ, dude. It made me internally want to get famous enough to enter one of those. Even if I got my ass kicked. I think it'd be so fun, But
just to relate it back to Boogie.
Yeah, hold on. To relate it back to
Boogie. He talked about like his purse, like the money he made from it. He made like what, 10K? But then it had a breakdown of all the finances, so he had a loss of something.
Yeah, so
I don't know,
he made 10 grand from the fight, but from all of the the travel, the hotel, the expenses, he ended up having a net loss from doing the fight. But it upped his spirits a lot, which was cool.
Yeah.
He did feel good afterwards. I want to mention a couple things at the start. One is he talks about his spending on hookers and prostitutes. And I find it so funny because one of the comments is, I quit doing sex work because of Boogie.
Oh, that is fucking depressing.
It was so bad.
Imagine being the reason you make a sex... Well, not you guys know my stance on sex work. I'm all for it. But imagine being the reason you make a sex worker quit her industry.
It said that the money that he paid her funded her nursing degree.
Well, that's good.
I thought that was good.
That's good.
She put that money to good use.
Yeah, definitely.
So throughout this documentary, they talk a lot about money, and they show lots of expenses.
Yeah,
and
that guy always spends a lot.
They are always negatives for him, which really sucks.
I can't judge Whiten.
So there was a really funky thing where he talked about his TV break. He talked explicitly about how awful of a spender he is, and he said, "I'm so bad at spending money that my sound bar on my TV was making a crackling sound on the S's." So he went and bought a $100 sound bar off of Amazon, and then the crackling on the S's stopped. So then he just had a $100 sound bar laying around with nothing to do, and that was it. He just had it. And all I could think about was Amazon has one of the easiest return policies ever. Like, all he had to do was drive to, I think it was a JCPenney. I don't remember. We have a return shop here that you could just go to. So I'm surprised he didn't just do that and get his money back. But
Well, he's a bit of a lazy cunt, so
he is a
that's
little
the way.
late. At the beginning, the very first thing you see in this documentary is him laying in a tub talking about an ex-girlfriend he had. And he describes her as childish and, like, fun-going and young-spirited. And that kind of brings up a couple red flags that...
Yeah.
I don't know if the documentarian did even noticed this, but he puts him in the bath where he's talking about his like horrible finances and his childish ex-girlfriend, and then later in the documentary, I think it's the next time they show him in the bath. Did you guys see the new girlfriend he had?
Unfortunately.
The one that's
who's,
like 20?
Yeah, she's 23 years younger than Boogie. It's so weird, like... my stance is, like, if there's an age gap, it's okay, but if it's, like...
No, she's 20...
decades older...
She's 27 years younger.
Yeah, if it's decades younger than the other... Then, like, if one partner was, like, decades younger than the other, then I just find it weird, because I know someone who's, like, 19 and they're dating a 43-year-old, and I just, like... The fuck is going on there?
So, I can't show this on YouTube, even though it's posted to YouTube. But there's this one shot I'm looking at right now. And I cannot believe, as a documentarian, he would put this in that movie.
It's them in the bath kissing.
It's them in the bath kissing. You see butt, you see like the art, you see just naked bodies. Side boob, you see the kissing. He didn't have to do her dirty like that, you know? You could have just let him be, you know? You didn't have to do that. I'm sure he got their permission. But
I feel really bad for
fuck, dude. What if they don't work out? Hold on. What if they don't work out and now it's just her like that on the internet with him?
They're not going to work out. She is... Like, I saw a comment in the documentary talking about this, like, her brain is not even developed yet fully, because, you know, it's like, I think it's like 25, 23 or something like that when your brain actually fully develops. So, she's going to, like, come to her senses and realize what situation she's in. I'm not saying she is, no, she might, but then she realized, oh shit, I'm stuck with this, like, oh shit.
I personally believe that... Because they talk about her not having a father figure, I think that she probably had some other deep-seated issues, and it just sort of led to her seeing him as this, like, you know, solid rock figure, which doesn't make a lot of sense because he himself is not, like, stabilized or rational. But
my favorite part
they did
was, like,
not
watching
have
that
to. They didn't have to do her like that, hype her up like that to him, because
I mean, did you see that comedian roast them?
Yeah, it made me a little sad.
He was taking that personally. Boogie was taking that shit personally. He was pissed.
Yeah. I
was like, that's what you get, you fucking nonce.
You know, he shouldn't have asked her out anyway. I know, like, it's what she wanted to do, but he should have been the adult and said, like, I need to find people my own age group, and she needs to be with people her own age group. You know, I feel like that's a part of being a mature adult. Is being the adult and understanding that this isn't for you, you know?
Should we talk about his job interview?
Hold on, I fucking love that because people memed the shit out of it. They're like,
that was insane.
They're like, me trying to rizz up the girl at the club, and he's like, I'm a felon, I'm also a child predator. If you look me up, you'll see that I'm fucking awful. I'm crippled. It just fucking goes off. It's
Well,
so
he
funny.
didn't say child predator. Just bear in mind, he said he's like what, a corn addict or something.
No, he
Just,
said
in
he said
case.
if you looked me up, you would see that I'm a child predator. I'm gonna
I
pull
don't
up. The, I'm
remember
gonna
him saying
pull up.
that.
I'm gonna pull up the clip right now.
Okay, yep, thank you. 'Cause I remember
You
him
guys
saying
can keep
that.
talking. I'm
Oh
gonna.
my God, Jacob!
I'm gonna watch the clip.
Excuse me.
Chris Chan, Boogie2988, causing hookers to quit sex work. He's right. You're right, but like you shouldn't have said that. I'm going to kill you.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is it? It is what it is. Fucking. 1 second.
I mean, hey, good on them. They're creating more job opportunities.
Whoa!
Count your fucking days, Jacob.
You mean the New Zealander has Lord of the Rings merch? Who would have guessed?
Okay, no. Here's the exact words. He says, "If you look me up, if you Google my name, you might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife and I'm also a pedophile. Should mention I'm also a felon.
Well, yeah, he's
aggravated-
arrested for
aggra-
shooting that gun in the air.
Aggravated assault. I'm not okay. Hold on. That's one thing. I want to talk about that too.
How the fuck do you get beat up by a fucking fat guy?
I feel like he was in the right for that, and here's why. I don't know a whole lot about the guy who came up, other than that he was connected to Sam Hyde.
He can't keep getting away with it.
And I'm thinking, is that true or is that false?
Yeah,
I think it's true. It's true. They are
Frank.
tied.
It was Frank Hassel,
Okay.
and he does work with him
Okay.
from at least sometimes.
So
Yeah.
he harassed
Yeah.
Boogie on his own property. The course that Boogie should have taken was call the police, right? Call the police and
Yeah.
said, "Get this guy off my property." But at the same time, him shooting the gun was kind of like a "I just want to shoot this gun" kind of mentality, you know? So Arkansas doesn't really have like a right what's it called? Basically freedom to shoot people on your property. We have
Stand your ground.
yes, we don't have stand your ground. We have castle doctrine, which states that you have to do everything in your power to remove them from your property before you go to lethal action. So lethal action
America doesn't even have any castles.
Hey pal.
So you should change that name. Change that name. You have no castles. You don't deserve it.
So you're supposed to do everything in your power. So what he should have done was he should have told him to get off his property, and if he didn't, he should have called the police. And if the police wouldn't show up, then he has every right to shoot that guy. That's what he should have done.
I would agree, but I should mention like just firing the gun up in the air. That's still dangerous. Like he could have still hit someone because the bullet would have gone up in the air, could have fallen down, could have hit someone.
That's why warning
That's
shots.
why he got.
Yeah.
Warning
Yeah,
shots.
that's why
are
he got
illegal.
charged the way that he did. Because if he had shot it into the ground in front of his house, he would have gotten like reckless endangerment or like negligent discharge.
Yeah.
But because he fired it into the air, he is endangering somebody.
Yeah. I was just about to ask that actually. Thank you, David. I was about to ask about the legality of like, what if he shot it downwards near someone, near the guy even. I was about to ask that. But yeah.
We now have a legendary clip of Boogie shooting in the air. So at least we got something out of it, you know?
You know what's funny?
What?
So I don't know if Jake, Matt, if you've heard about it. The man from Panama who shot 2 protesters.
Oh yeah, I actually I had a big argument with a dude in another server about that the other day because he posted a meme about it and I was like, dude, that's fucked up. He shot and killed 2 people for just protesting, and he just got all edgy about it. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
But that's what I was gonna say is
they were climate protesters. They were just like blocking the road. That doesn't mean you should just kill them. That's
Have you
so
seen?
fucked up.
No.
Is that the stop oil thing?
Yeah.
I fucking hated that protest, dude. There were so many
Yeah.
things that they did wrong. Not that they didn't deserve to get shot. But
course.
if you sit in the
They're not
road,
shot. They didn't deserve to be killed.
yeah, that's true. If you purposely block traffic, I think you deserve to get hit by a car. You're in the
I don't
spot.
agree.
You sit in a spot where cars move. You are stopping commerce. You're stopping the economy. You're stopping people. You're not doing the right thing, and you're just being dumb. Would you, if you ran out into the interstate, you couldn't expect people to stop. If 50 people run into the interstate, they cannot expect people to stop.
Well, if they were just sitting there, I'd expect the driver to like see, oh my god, there's a person just sitting there. I should slow down and stop.
Yeah,
like be a fucking human who's not gonna run over someone just for being there. You fucking psychopath.
Also, hold on. In America specifically, whenever those riots were happening, the crowd would stop the car and rip people out of the car and beat them.
That's something completely different. That's on them. But
What
I'm
I'm
talking
saying-
about this when like the dudes are just sitting there. Like that's completely different.
You know this is
What
called.
he
You know
means
this
is
is
that
called
it
hysteria.
sets a precedent.
It causes hysteria, is what it, or not hysteria. It causes mayhem is the technical term, the legal term, and what it
They were
does
just
is
sitting there.
no, but that's the thing. They're sitting.
And then the guy just got out the car and just shot them. What the fuck?
Wrong.
You know, that's messed up.
That's not right. But sitting in the road is also like not right.
It's
The
just-
idea
it's a
is
way
you
of
put yourself in
protesting. I
danger.
mean, yeah.
Yes, it is a way of protesting, but no one in last what 5 years at least, no one's protested anything properly. They have never gone to where the thing they're protesting and actually tried to get their message out. Instead, you have people who are doing stop oil, throwing soup on old paintings, which weren't even painted with oil-based paints. And then you have people going out in the middle of the street to stop cars, which, by the way, burn more fuel for idling than if they were actually just going down the freeway. It's like, if you have a problem with oil, don't deal with just random ass people or drivers. Go to the places that people benefit from this.
I will say,
fucking like
it's
rubber
just,
factories.
if they make a protest at a exhibition, which is, you know, it's got eyes on it, that's just how you make a statement. I'm not justifying it though, but my main point is that the fact that it was just like the two guys were just on the road, and the guy goes out and just shoots them. Like that's just fucked up.
Yeah, no, that's like
fine.
It's also fucked up if you just continue, if you see people on the road and you just continue to drive to. That's just fucking psychopathic.
Now,
Yeah.
I would say that's also location specific. Europe,
It depends.
people probably
I mean,
aren't going to throw you out of your
If it
car.
was immediately around a corner,
In Atlanta,
there's no way of stopping. That's an accident. Yeah.
In Atlanta,
That-
if I see a group of people, I can't stop or I will die. And there are precedented cases of people dying because they stopped.
Yeah, but it's and it's in this case still though, like the fact that the guy was able to get the car and shoot them
We're not
safe,
even talking about like this specific case anymore. And besides, all of this came up because I just was saying, like, do you guys know about this guy? Because all I was gonna do to bring it up is like, because of the picture of him, there's one picture which, despite the context, goes unbelievably hard because he has this deadpan face, gun up, and there's a single casing
Yeah.
like in the air in front of his face. And I was gonna say that's the dark side of what that Frank Hassel encounter with Boogie could have been.
Yeah, I will say that picture is definitely going to get that guy into prison. Like that's 4K evidence. So yeah.
Well, what do you mean?
He's fucked.
It was footage.
Yeah, footage too. But yeah, that picture's also going to be the evidence.
Oh, there's way more. That probably won't even be brought up because there's all the other evidence for it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, even if it wasn't that pic, if it was just that picture though, that would have just probably been it.
I don't think Boogie would
know.
have ever fought it in court either. He just went, yeah, I did that.
Yeah. My issue with Boogie is that he sabotages himself. Like with the job interview, he just went in and made himself look bad. Like, hey, I've had a few unsuccessful job interviews, but that's just because the questions I'm asked suck.
So
but, you know, even I would try and make an effort. You know. Like,
So he
fucking
didn't.
A.
He didn't go in for a job interview. He went into a job he went into a job firm that's supposed to find him employment, and he was supposed to talk about his like experience and skills, and he just sort of went into this self-deprecating. I have no skills. I'm a felon. You know, I worked at a GameStop in 2008 or 2006. I was in the porn industry. He did say he was in the porn industry. And the lady was like, do you think they really want to hear that you were in the porn industry? And he was like,
I mean, if you work for a sex shop, then probably.
and he said, well, it depends on the work. Boogie is not getting into sex work. There's
No.
no way. He got people to quit sex work. He ain't joining it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's probably a market for.
He comes
whatever
in
he
as
might
the
produce,
he,
but
he
I'm
comes
not
in
gonna
as the disciplinary force. If you don't get this next booty pick, we're gonna send you to Boogie.
No way.
We're gonna have you lick Boogie's asshole.
Logan, you're officially banned. I've had enough.
And what's worse is you just reminded me fucking
Backhole.
years ago. Like
Wait.
before.
If Nicocado Avocado had a successful OnlyFans, then Outrageous Boogie would have the same luck.
I don't think his girlfriend wants to do
More-
OnlyFans. I think he would have explored
Morbid
that avenue.
curiosity.
Well, yeah, most
He had to
definitely,
explore
but
that
still.
avenue.
But I was gonna say, you reminded me years ago from before Boogie got the got his bypass. He was on an episode of the H3 podcast where he was talking about how he got to the weight that he did.
By eating.
Yeah, well, no,
Obviously.
shit, but-
Obviously, yeah.
yeah, his circumstances. And one of the things that came up during that entire episode was what was one of the weirdest, like, because he brought up that one of the things that helped him get bigger was there were women that were enablers that
So
wanted
he's a
to
simp.
feed they wanted to feed him.
Oh,
And
wait,
there
that's
was-
like
he
that's a
said that
fetish,
the-
isn't it?
Yes, and there was one woman that he was with
Did you just say
that
vor?
that stuffed cherries.
Jacob, I hate you.
Stuffed
That
cherries.
Sorry,
there's a
David.
woman that she stuffed maraschino cherries up her snatch and had him eat them out.
1 second.
Logan
Give me a
doesn't
second.
like that.
I also I like the response that I got because looking at the cameras, I have Logan here whose mouth like receded up into his nose, and Jake who did the opposite, where his jaw dropped but his mouth didn't open. So it's like just this weird look of shock and this one of disgust at the same time. Math just had 1,000-yard stare.
Matt doesn't
I was
think
actually-
about it
He's
longer.
been through shit.
I was mainly reacting to Jacob saying vor, so yeah.
Fucking. I forgot what I was gonna
I'm
say.
sorry,
I wanted to
little
say
one.
something.
I'm just so hungry.
I just saw a book that I have on my desk that, if we can, because we got like 2 minutes left, I'd like to end this on a lighter note.
Is it a book of war?
No, it's Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Oh.
Cringe.
A good book,
You
actually.
read
The
books,
movie's-
cringe.
The movie sucked, but the book's really nice. So if that, Logan, you're a book reader, I think that might be summing up your lane.
I've read World War Z. That's all I need to know about anything.
Fair enough.
Sorry, when
Yeah,
when it comes to like undead zombie books, World War Z is like the pinnacle. Nothing gets better. That's it. There's nothing else you need to read.
Perhaps. Are there any other good? Are there any other? Well, aside from The Walking Dead, which started off as a graphic novel, like, are there any other zombie books out there? I can't really think of any right now. Eh?
None that are that big or successful. They tend
I
to
know
be.
I know of a lot of
they
like
tend to be-
one-offs. Like the
They tend to be.
The Zombie
Like,
Survival Guide.
Yeah,
I've got
they
that.
tend to be
I've
things
got
like
book,
that.
Actually.
Death
or,
Trooper was a Star Wars one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
What the fuck? Someone has joined us.
No.
Surprise guest!
We've only got like 2 minutes
We got
left, boy.
2
We're
minutes.
out of time.
Do not worry, Omni. I am recording my audio. I should do a clap sync now. Or not a
For
clap
like
sync.
1 minute.
Yeah, we got 1 minute. You have 30 seconds.
Cheese.
Are we extending the episode, or I don't know?
Cheese discussion.
Okay, we're discussing cheese.
Get the
ladies and
fuck out of
gentlemen.
my episode!
Now, I have some things to say. You can't ban me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Max on the line.
Yeah.
No, we should cut it right after I say episode.
Hello, Jacob.
Now.
Hello there.
Tell you have 3 seconds. That ends
We need
the
to have a
episode.
whole.
Ah!